Hey guys, so in my last video I covered the pitching process if you are a client who is thinking about going out to pitch. In today's video I'm going to be giving tips and insights for pitches if you are an agency. I've also got a review on one of the best non-profit ads I've ever seen in my life. The first time I saw it, it stopped me dead in my tracks. I must have rewatched it about 7 or 8 times as it really moved me, and I think it will move you too. And then I've got what I think might just be the secret to winning every single pitch that you go into from now on out.
Right, Scott!
So let's get into it.
David
Worthy.
David
Worthy.
David
Worthy.
Dave's a beast, man.
And then I was flirting with David all night, but it was very one-sided.
What's incredible with Dave is that, he was part of a movement.
Please welcome David
Worthy!
Right, let's be honest, no one in advertising likes pitching. Sure, the thrill of winning new business is incredible, but the process of winning that business is anything but. We're talking late nights, pressure to perform, stress, sleep deprivation, sacrificing time with your family, all for just 2 hours in front of a client that you barely even know.
What are you, crazy?
So here are my tips to give you the edge in those 2 hours. Number 1. Unless they have specifically asked for a new payoff line, don't give them one. The reason is this. You are speaking to people who live and breathe this brand that you have only been exposed to for the last few days. By proposing a new payoff line, you're not only suggesting that you don't like their current one, which they might have approved, but that also you think you know what their business needs more than what they do.
Oh, no, you don't.
You only have a limited time in this presentation. Rather focus on the magic that you're capable of than have them questioning whether a line is right or wrong for the rest of the presentation. Number 2, time is of the essence. Almost every single agency that I've ever worked for has overestimated that amount of time that they've been given not only in the process but the pitch itself. And my advice is this. Treat every single slide in your PowerPoint presentation as a tattoo. If it doesn't absolutely have to be there, don't put it in. So most agencies will understand what a Facebook or an Instagram post looks like. Does it really need to be in the presentation? I've actually seen an agency work out that they've got 3 seconds to present each slide of their 400-page PowerPoint presentation because it was just filled with so much stuff, and then think that that's okay.
Are you mad?
Surely the client has invited you to pitch because you being able to do those things is a given. What they want to see are unique ideas, big ideas that will change the way that their brand is perceived. If you walked in there with a single piece of paper and put it down in front of them and said, this will change your brand, this will change the way that you operate, this will change your business, what do you think that they would remember more? The 400-page PowerPoint presentation or this one piece of paper?
You blow my mind.
Number 3, focus on the big picture, but check your spelling. We've already spoken about work being brave and memorable, but nothing will undermine that work quicker than a spelling mistake. Make sure that you get a proofreader on board to check everything thoroughly. Don't give it to the copywriters who have been working on it. By this stage, they're exhausted and they won't be able to spot any mistakes in their work. Number 4, eat healthily. If you're an agency, please prepare at least 2 meals a day for your teams. When they get home at night, the last thing they want to be doing is preparing food for the next day. You want them relaxed and refreshed. And if you're a creative, do yourself a favor and avoid all of those energy drinks, the caffeine bombs, and that little white substance, sugar, and the other one. All those little highs have very big lows and they're not conducive to creativity or creative thinking.
I had no idea.
Number 5, if you're a freelancer, don't pitch for free. And don't pitch for a reduced rate on the promise that if they win the business, you'll become their go-to guy or girl and get a lot more work.
It's not going to happen.
What I've found more times than I'd like to mention is that once a business wins the account, they hire a junior so that they can make more money on that account. The next time that you're going to hear from them is when they are re-pitching for the business and need you to do what you do. So my last insight might just be the secret sauce or 11 herbs and spices into winning pitches, and I'll be getting into that at the end of the video. For now, I want to review an ad that was done by Ogilvy Johannesburg in 2010. I believe that the director was Geldenhuys, the copywriter was Steph Van Niekerk, the art directors were Robyn Bergmann and Vidette Kay, and the creative director was Fran Luckin. I'm sure that there were a lot more people that worked on the job, and if you're watching this video, please just drop your name in the comments and I'll be sure to add them to the description. but it's one of the most beautiful ads I've ever seen. Here it is.
It was dark when I found you. I'll build you a house in the oak tree outside, and you can come back whenever you'd like. Don't be frightened, I'll set you up right, 'cause everyone needs somebody sometime. I'll leave the light on so you know I'm at home, and you can come in. You won't be alone. Don't be scared of the night, 'cause I'll fix you up right, 'cause everyone needs somebody sometime.
It has been years since I've seen that ad, and I still find it incredibly moving. These are the things that I love about it. This is an ad that can make a difference. This is not about selling baked beans for $10 or a new cell phone contract. This is about changing someone's life. Imagine being HIV positive and having all the fear that goes along with that, especially 10 years ago, and then seeing this ad for the first time. It would give you hope. It's amazing. They've managed to capture that hope in this ad. So there's a tendency in advertising, especially with non-profit organizations, to try and shock people into donating or supporting a cause. In award shows, they used to reward what was called sad cat advertising, where you showed an animal in distress, you popped on a creative line and you coerced people to donate. It eventually ended with the "Here's my dead dog, where's my award" advertising campaign, which funnily enough went on to win a lot of awards. So this ad is different. It takes two mechanics that we're familiar with, shock advertising and this reverse shot, but places them together in a way that creates something new. The shock is when you realize that she's now healthy, she has a future, and that what you've been watching is not her getting worse, but her getting better. The next thing that I love is the direction. I love the subtle arm movements and the time lapse. I love the fact that there is no voiceover and that there's just titles. And I love the fact that you don't notice that the entire ad is actually shot in reverse until the nurse gets up and walks away at the end. You think you know where the ad is headed, and then there's a twist. And it leaves you feeling hope. It leaves you feeling uplifted. It leaves you moved. The music in this ad is beautiful. It's a moving piece that says so much more than any clever payoff line could. So often music is an afterthought in advertising. So much thought is given to what is seen and what is said. But music not only adds to what we hear, but what we feel too. And finally, perseverance. Although it's not seen in the ad itself, you can imagine how long it took to make this ad. I believe that just finding the star alone, Selena, took about 3 years itself. The fact that the creative team pushed for so long should be applauded. This is a true work of art, and I believe that it will stand the test of time. With all that said, I would like to get into what I believe could be the secret to hacking every pitch. The secret is this: know your target audience. Now, hear me out. Remember that in a pitch situation, you're not actually advertising anything to anybody but the people who are in the room. They are your target audience, and you are the product. There's no way for them to actually go and measure the work that you've done to see whether it's right or wrong. They're going to be rewarding the work based on something else. Now, you've just spent a whole bunch of time showing them that you understand their target audience, and that's great. But those aren't the people that you're going to be speaking to. You're speaking to the 5 or 6 people who are in that room. And what have you invested to them to show them that you are the authority on what you do? To put this into better context, I'd like to show you a little clip by Darren Brown.
Okay, do this for me. Think of a tune. I want you to get a tune in your head. And I want you to make it a tune that's well known, that people would know about if they heard it. All right? I'm going to ask you to play it in your head, nothing out loud, but sort of whistle it or hum it to yourself. Keep looking at me and just play the song in your head over and over again. There's a slightly stringy feel to it. Would that be right? Yeah. I imagine if it's a pop song, it's probably like with maybe a guitar and strings mainly. It's not a big band sound, but it is a band. So it's a band song. It starts off na na like that, yeah? Something ba da da ba. Is something like that? Keep looking at me. Right, now just turn up the volume in your mind. Turn it up so you make it louder, louder and louder. So you can almost hear it for real. Is it the verb?
I believe it is Rich Ashcroft.
Is it
the verb? Yeah.
Is it the drugs don't work by the verb?
I know he's evil, and I know that he's pure. I could see in his eyes that I was simply a baby lamb to the wolf. I could tell that this was going to end badly for me, and it did.
I'm not evil. I just sometimes go to great lengths to make these things happen. Good. Let's rewind back through Christian's day before he went to the pub. Well, if we could get back in.
I don't think so. No, I think she's there purely as a grunt work.
Well, they're actually quite useful because there's a few unloaded and loaded. And in the actual new office, it all piles in and sets out and sets up.
So that's one way of getting an idea into someone's head.
Get it? This is the biggest flaw of the pitch process. Your job in a pitch is to win over 5 people, the 5 people that are in that room. Sure, your creative work is going to play a role in winning the business, but there are so many things that you can do to shift things in your favor. Am I suggesting that you go and you hire a mentalist to go and help you win the business? Why not? This is the business of influence, and there are so many little things that you can do to shift things your way. So think about the room you'll be presenting in. Think about the client's commute. What will they hear? What will they see? Is there a way to extend your 2-hour presentation so that it speaks to them long after the pitch? Or maybe you're able to prime them so that that 2-hour presentation is just the cherry on top. Guys, thank you so much for watching this far. Been posting a little less frequently on YouTube as I'm working on a conceptual copywriting course which should be launching sometime soon. If you haven't already, please can you subscribe to my channel? Can you like this video so YouTube will like me? Ring the bell for new notifications. And if you have any questions about advertising or would like any ads reviewed, please can you comment in the section below. Until next time, cheers.